Thank you very much. And let's give our recognition winners or achievers another round of applause. What I like, we asked for executives, Jades, there's not many, because you don't stay that level for too long. We Pearl more, Sapphire more, and then how many Sapphire? 25. Lucy, I ask you, you think the GPS promotion is working? Yeah, when you see all these people at the higher level at 25? You know that since we introduced the GPS promo, okay, how many times has our Sapphire numbers grown? It's triple, is it? So since just this year, so we're 8 years old, since GPS promotion, our Sapphire numbers have tripled, more than like 3 times what they were previously. So GPS working? Yes, it's working. Okay, I'm going to talk about first some of the things that Jeunesse has done and achieved in our first 8 years. You know, we're only 8 years young, I say, from 09, 09, 09. And what's the best number if you're Chinese? What's the luckiest number? 8. So this is our lucky year, our 8th year. A long time we talked about when we become a billion-dollar business. And it took us only 5 years to become a billion-dollar business. And ever since then, we've been breaking more than $1 billion in sales. Last year, 2017, we did $1.3 billion in sales. We get so many emails right now about the awards that Jeunesse is winning. You know, with our sales, more than half of that we've done only in the last 2 years. We've done more than 2.7. Now it's more than 3 billion since just 2016. Multiple ways to earn income. We've received awards for our compensation plan, for our ethics. Wendy Lewis, it's like she receives a Women in Business award every couple of months. It's over 434. And Scott, even on the Exec Connect call yesterday, which no one listened to in the room, he announced, I think, another dozen awards. One of the most amazing things, a key to success for me in Jeunesse, is that we give you access to multiple billion-dollar industries. There's many direct selling companies, and some of them operate only in the wellness or only in the weight management. Some only do like makeup or skincare. We've got energy drinks as well. So throughout the world, the Jeunesse platform, the Jeunesse vehicle, helps you to tap into multi-billion-dollar industries in almost 150 markets around the world. So our reach also goes beyond almost any other direct selling country. I get frustrated when I walk into our Malaysia office because the map we've got there is more than 2 years old. It was current when we opened that office, but when you look at all of Africa now that's colored in, India, and now it's like Saudi Arabia is colored in, the Arab countries more colored in. Jeunesse is growing rapidly. We're in every first world country, almost every second world country, most countries where anyone would regularly do business, Jeunesse Global is there for you to operate in. We have the GPS, the Guide to Personal Success. Lucy's come here as our GPS ambassador just to talk about GPS. And before this session began, she was next door talking about GPS, the power of GPS. She explained some strategies, how you can win, how you can earn that $15,000 extra in your first few months or even in your first year. Now, you know that we didn't always have GPS. We only introduced it a little bit end of last year, but this is the first full year we've had GPS. This is all in addition to what we've normally done. I say this is Randy, Wendy digging further in their pockets. We did not take this money from anywhere else in the comp plan. This is just extra added on. And then I ask you, does the GPS work? Have a look. So GPS has tripled the amounts of sapphires we've got in Jeunesse. So since it's only 6 months now, since the beginning of this year, our sapphire numbers have tripled, and also it's produced 2 of the highest sales months ever that we've had this year. When you look at what Jeunesse has achieved, when you look at our revenue growth, we've grown again and again. For the first few years, we doubled and doubled and doubled. Our sales kept doubling, and then we hit $1 billion. We go $1 billion, we're $1.4 billion. We've been going up. Our sales have been terrific and unstoppable. In our history of Jeunesse, in our first few years, we broke every sales record. We were the first company in our industry to ever achieve $1 billion in sales. We did that faster, so we are now still on record. If there was a Guinness Book of Record for the fastest growing direct selling company in history, it's Jeunesse, it's us. We broke that record. We still own that record. Some of the things we've been doing lately, more exciting. Last event, it was Lead Jeunesse, KLCC Convention Center. All Scott Lewis would allow me to do is show this picture, this slide. And even then he's saying, no. I said, please, let me just give them a hint at something that's coming. And finally he said, look, okay, but only this and the next one. So I showed you this. I said, we've got something coming. And it's green, and it's got berries, and that's all I'm allowed to say. But there's someone in our audience. There's this new guy. You don't know who he is. You've never seen him before. But he's written these 2 books. I'm talking Lead when I spoke at KLCC. He wrote this book, The Stem Cell Theory of Renewal and Cracking the Stem Cell Code. He's one of the world's leading experts on stem cell science. You now know who he is because we can now say who he is. And he stood on stage in Malaysia several times. He's here with us today. He's speaking later on. But please, let's give out welcome to Christian Drapeau, author of these books, Stem Cell, with us today. Official, no longer a secret. And for me, this is one of the most exciting things about Jeunesse right now. Look at this. You've seen this video. What this new product, and now has the name Revita Blue, what it can do. What I like and what is exciting for me in the Malaysia market, we will confess that this is not unique to Jeunesse. We were not the first ones to bring in AFA into Malaysia. It was very popular here for the last few years. There's been a couple of companies that have really done very well with this product. There's distributors here in the room today who know so much more about this than we do. I've met someone who's been taking this every day for more than 5 years. But what the benefit of Jeunesse, so we now have this. There's a couple of benefits. One, we have Christian Drapeau as an exclusive to Jeunesse. He's with Jeunesse on the Jeunesse payroll. When he knew we were interested in AFA, like all these miracles, in my opinion, miracles happened that we were able to get the #1 leading formula, which is this formula that no one else has. So Christian's latest science, I'm not going to ruin your presentation, you're speaking after me, but his latest presentation says this formula here is the best, the strongest, the most potent. This is exclusive to Jeunesse Global, and right now in Jeunesse Global, this is exclusive to Malaysia. You know? Only Malaysia has this product. So we have Christian, we have the latest, most powerful version of the AFA, and as he will explain, combine it with the power of resveratrol. It's like a happy marriage. When you combine these 2 products, you know what it can do, right? Well, if you don't, he's going to speak soon. So the power of the AFA, the power of the Revita Blue that we have in Jeunesse in Malaysia. What excites me is that you already know about it, Malaysia. We're not the first. There are other companies that have branded even airplanes and buses and seats in Malaysia talking about this product. What I like is that now Jeunesse has this. We've got the leading product, the leading brand version formula. We have the leading scientists, but also we have the leading business platform. I'm honored today. I've met many people who have come officially from other companies looking at Jeunesse, and also people unofficially, not here, just secret, sitting in the back row, because Jeunesse has the platform by which they can make money and by which they can reach the world. Others have worked this business for years in only 4 countries. Jeunesse gives you access to 150 countries. Our region is the strongest region in the world. You know that? The Asia region owns Jeunesse. When you look here, last year, the top 10 markets, 2017. #1, Greater China in Asia, Thailand, then Australia. #7, Malaysia can do better this year? Yes. #9, at least you beat Singapore. #9, Singapore. #10. So, Roy, half of the top 10 are all within your region as the president. 5 within Asia. What did we do good last year? Last year, or since from Expo to Expo, we gave over $3.1 million to charity. I had one of the most amazing experiences of my life months ago when we went to the Orang Asli village near Ipoh. Who went to the Orang Asli village on that trip? Wasn't that just so special? Wasn't that amazing? To see where your money's going, to see the difference that we're making. Okay, everything I've talked about is what I call the road to Jeunesse. What Jeunesse has done, what we've achieved. A few months ago, I sat with a really dear friend, one of our top leaders here in Malaysia. And she said, Chris, I just don't think Jeunesse is working anymore. So why do you say that? She says, I don't think it's working anymore like it used to. And she said, I think I want to go do something different called Bitcoin. I said, really, you're going to go do Bitcoin? So she did. She left Jeunesse, she went to do Bitcoin. The month that she did that, so the next month, the month of March, Jeunesse broke our historical sales record ever. March was our biggest sales month in history. And that's the month after she left. So I tell you, if you say Jeunesse isn't working for you, and then Jeunesse has our biggest sales month ever, I say, is Jeunesse not working or are you not working? True, if someone else is having success, if Jeunesse overall, the global Jeunesse community has the record-breaking sales month in history, Jeunesse is working, something's working, other countries are working, other leaders are working. If you are not having the success now that you want, then it's because you're not working Jeunesse. Don't tell me Jeunesse is broken, it's not. I just told you what Scott Lewis said. Just last month, again, our biggest sales month in history again. We broke our next record. I know it was... The last record was 120 million. I honestly don't know what it was last month, but we're doing over 100 million a month. So we're going to have a massive year. The road to success, the Jeunesse journey. Watch this quick video. I want you to think about it.
Hey, butthead! Marty, you think that stupid disguise would get by me? Let's have it out. You and me, right now.
No, thanks.
What's the matter? Where you going? You chicken? That's it, isn't it? Nothing but a little chicken.
Nobody calls me chicken.
Okay, no one likes being called a chicken, but my audience today, I'm going to call you all a bunch of chickens because I really think we're all a bunch of chickens right now in Malaysia. Agreed or not? Are you offended? Ayams, a bunch of ayams, maybe? I want to talk about a chicken list. This is something Samson and I, you put this in my head, my friend, months ago. And I thought, you're right. I think we're all a bunch of chickens. I don't think right now in Malaysia you realize the strength of the Jeunesse position right now. I have given you stats, I've given you numbers, I've told you about how well we're doing globally. I just told you that last month was our best sales month ever. Right now, we have so many people in the room looking at Jeunesse for the first time. We have leaders from other companies en masse coming to Jeunesse. Jeunesse is no longer our apprenticeship. We're no longer proving ourselves. We've broken almost every record in the industry. Our comp plan is paying out more than anyone else. They just did an independent, the DSA released a study in America on comparative comp plans and the real money that people are making. And it revealed that, yes, in true figures, not distributor talk, true figures, our distributors en masse in general are making more money in the Jeunesse compensation plan than in other businesses. We're a bunch of chickens because I don't think we realize the strength of the Jeunesse position. I think in our day-to-day confidence, our day-to-day recruitment, we're really missing the passion that it takes. So I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about our chicken list. And like I said, today we are at school. Today I'm going to give you homework. I'm even going to give you a grade. And so far, I think I give you a 6 out of 10 for energy. Patrick came off the stage, stood to me there and said, oh, audience is a bit dead, right? I said, yeah, we're going to warm them up a little bit. Come, more energy. So, homework. My friends, can you pass out the cards, please? I have cards for every one of you. We're going to pass them out. What you're going to do is a 3x5 card. I hope you brought a pen with you. It's school. If you don't bring a pen to school, you're going to flunk. Okay, pass out the cards. I'm going to talk about the chicken list. I'm going to talk about what I want you to do. This is it when you get it. It looks like this, and it literally says, my chicken list. Not very complex. Not big English. My chicken list. Okay, I've got a big number 1 and a small number 2 and number 3. What I want you to think about now, I want you to think about people you have not spoken to yet. I want you to think about someone that you really admire and someone that you would like in your business, but you don't yet have in your business, you've not approached. I want you to think about someone that intimidates you. Intimidates, makes you nervous, makes you scared. I want you to think about someone who's extremely wealthy, who's the richest person that you know. I want you to think about someone, who's extremely creative and talented, like really good at marketing, really good at online, or like really good at skin or makeup, just someone whose talents you could really use in your business. Think about someone that you've found too daunting to approach, someone you've always thought, maybe I'd approach them, and not yet, I don't feel right, I'm not confident. And what, surprises me, we honestly, in the front row here, we have some of the best recruiters in the world. We've got diamonds, we've got double diamonds. I'm just going to ask, Tina, already, and Samson. So you're the highest ranks in the room. You're brilliant Jeunesse distributors. You've been with us since day one. You've recruited so many. Can you still today, Kitty, think of someone that you've been too afraid to approach? Has there been someone in your mind where you've thought someday I'll approach them? So can you still fill out 1, 2, 3? Okay, so even the very, very, very best in the room still are chickens a little bit. But maybe I think you're less chicken than everyone else. Let me tell you some people who inspire me, who honestly, if I was a distributor, I would be chicken. People who scare me a little bit. You know this lady here? You know Jenny Prasetyo? I tell you why she intimidates me. She's a really lovely lady. I'll show you the video, but I'm going to talk over the video. Jenny is rich. She is filthy, filthy rich. She does not need Jeunesse. This lady has so much money. She's a double diamond in Indonesia. I think about Jenny every time I go to the Tandas. You know why? Because Jenny's money comes from Toto. You know Toto? Every time you stand to pee, you sit whatever, all toiletries, all ceramics, Toto is the Jenny Prasetyo brand. She's got this big house, but for some reason, she works Jeunesse. She's got her own dedicated Jeunesse office. Would you have been courageous enough to approach someone like Jenny Prasetyo? Maybe not, but someone did. Someone asked Jenny to join Jeunesse, and she's now a double diamond. Do you know this lady? Sirapon, she's lovely. She's one of our diamonds in Thailand. She's so nice. This is her video. This is truly her house. Look at her cars. What's this? Rolls Royce. 1, 2, 3. She's also rich. She's so filthy rich. Her family owns the equivalent of Home Depot, Home Hardware, Bunnings, Mr. DIY in all of northeast Thailand. She's also an architect. She's designed big buildings. She's got money. She does not need Jeunesse. But something attracted her to Jeunesse. Someone had the courage to tell her about Jeunesse. And now she walked away from her father's business. She walked away from her architectural design. She did design big buildings in Bangkok. She's full-time Jeunesse. I'll show you my next leader. You know this couple? Yeah? You know this guy? He has not always looked this way. He has not always looked this slim and handsome. He used to look like this in the top corner. He used to be, or still, the number one real, stand up, number one real estate salesman in Singapore. He was also a top trainer, really like brilliant in e-commerce. He would teach like thousands of people the secrets of success in real estate. One day, Winston is teaching his class on real estate, and someone in the audience was a Jeunesse distributor. Not even, I think she's a Jade at the time. And she had the courage, she was not chicken, she had the courage to go up to the teacher and cross-recruit the teacher. He's teaching her about real estate, and she told him about Jeunesse. And you know what he did? He joined Jeunesse, and it's been an amazing journey ever since. Does anyone know this diamond director? You do? He is, I will say, he's the worst diamond we have in Jeunesse because he has never recruited a person in his life. He's never signed up someone. Have you ever heard him speak on stage? He's never spoken on stage. Do you know why? You need to know this story. It's powerful. I want you to meet his son. His son, Steven Sandi Harjonto from Indonesia. His son was a diamond. His son built up he was one of the first diamonds we have in Indonesia. He built up a strong, like in our early days, he was a pioneer of the Indonesia market. And then sadly, he passed away. When he passed away, his single, we talk about this business being a legacy business. It truly is. When he passed away, the next in line for inheritance of the business was his father, his elderly parents, not so rich. So his father became a diamond. So we now recognize him as a diamond in Indonesia. He comes to our meetings. It is so sad, the passing of his son, the diamond. But for me, the story that we tell, how this is a legacy business, usually it doesn't go up. Usually it goes down to your children, the next generation. But today, he is a diamond honoring the work of his son, the legacy of his son, building a Jeunesse business. So I tell you these real life stories to give you inspiration because I want you to now at least put number one. Who is that person you're thinking of right now? Who is the really rich person like Jenny Prasetyo or Siraporn Ling? Who is someone wildly amazing and skillful and successful like Winston and his amazing wife Jian that you want in your business, but you've just been too chicken to share the Jeunesse opportunity with? Write down at least number one, because you're not leaving this room until you show number one. That's your ticket to get out of here. I don't care if you're busting, you're not leaving the room till you've at least got number one, but I want number 1, 2, and 3. Satu, dua, tiga, san. 1, 2, 3 before you leave the room. Okay, so why are we afraid? Why are we afraid to discuss network marketing? Why are we afraid to share Jeunesse? You have no reason to be afraid because you have the strongest growing, fastest company ever. We've never looked as good as we are right now. We just had our top sales month. There's no excuse to be anything other than extremely proud of Jeunesse. I think the problem is, I think it's like when you go to church. You meet some people, they go to church for the first time if they're a Christian, and they just get so excited, and they say, I'm born again. Have you heard that? Have you heard of born again Christians? Do you have any born again Christians in the room? That's good. They describe that feeling, the evangelical, whatever it is. We need to be born again Jeunessians. We need to have that same feeling as when we first joined Jeunesse, when we first heard about Jeunesse and say, Jeunesse is so excited. I can't believe it. When I go to the meeting, you know what Jeunesse has done? We got the GPS promotion. It's extra $1,000. We have all these people just got recognized. There's one couple. They're brand new. They're Malay. They're Sapphire 25 and Sapphire 25. They've only been in the business for a few months. It's real. It's possible. We've just had the biggest sales month ever in our history. So, once you're a born-again Jeunessian, what do you do with this list? What is the best way to approach these people? I don't know. Really, we've got other leaders who are going to sit on a panel. They're going to tell you all their business building secrets. There's no one best way. But you need to approach these people. You need to customize the message, everything else that everyone else has trained you in other lessons. Why do you need these chicken list people in your group? You need to benefit from what they have to offer you. I can't tell you how happy Winston's upline is. She's still not even Sapphire. But that one day of courage, that one moment when she had the courage to tell her teacher, one of the top business trainers in all of Singapore, about Jeunesse, How much has that brave move helped her business? Winston, he already has the skills. Jenny Prasetyo, she already had the network. She's a woman of incredible influence. These people will help you. They will teach you your skills, new skills for your business. They have existing networks. All successful people have their own networks. It may not be our traditional direct selling networks, but they know people of influence that they will help bring in. Most important, don't you judge what they want in life. Don't you think that Jenny Prasetyo doesn't want Janess because she's so rich. Why would she? Big mistake. Most of us, I would have made that mistake. I know, but someone didn't. Someone approached Jenny. When I see Ling's house, she got 3 Rolls Royces. Why does she need Janess? I don't know, but she didn't want to do her father's business. There's self-actualization. She's her own successful businesswoman. Her father is so proud of her because she's gone out, she's made herself a millionaire. So I don't know what drives her, I don't know what drives you, but don't you judge what someone else wants, whether you think they would want Janess or not. You need to be courageous. Don't be I am, don't be chicken. Find the courage to leave your comfort zone. I know it's easier not to invite. If you don't invite, you will never know. And if you don't invite, you're not going to grow your business. These people on your list, they are successful because they know a good thing when they see it. They know good opportunities. I don't know why Winston and his wife decided to join Janess when he was so successful in what he was doing, but I know he's a brilliant businessman. He has an amazing strategic mind. I know he didn't join Janess on a whim. I know when Janess came to him, he looked at it, he would have really, really studied it very well, and then being the sharp business mind that he has, would have said, okay, I see the potential in this business. And he's, in the last years, he's just embraced it wholeheartedly, become, the top fastest growing distributorship right now in Singapore. Find your confidence. Be confident in the strength of the Janess position. My first half of this presentation, I gave you at least 20 bragging points, 20 selling points, why you should be confident in the Janess position right now, right today. We look so good if everything that we've done, like the biggest thing people want to know is sales. Are you growing? Yes. Last month, we again had the biggest sales month in history. Malaysia, you're in such a unique position with Revita Blue. You've had it as an exclusive for the last 3 months. It's not going to last much longer. I'm working really hard to get it in Indonesia. Singapore wants it bad, and I'm even hearing rumors that it's going to be launched in the United States. So the other markets, they now want it. You still have that exclusive. My vision is that it will be Malaysia that takes the Revita Blue to the rest of all of Southeast Asia. It's obvious that leaders, these other companies, those people in Indonesia, they know what's happening. They cannot join yet because we don't have Revita Blue. The moment Revita Blue launches in Indonesia, you better get your butts over to Indonesia, because if other people from America are coming and recruiting, you miss out. You have the strategic leader first-person advantage. So when we launch Revita Blue, what's ticket to Jakarta? KL to Jakarta, AirAsia, how much? 200 ringgit? Does that know? It's cheap, right? It's really cheap. Don't tell me you cannot afford. It's probably as much as you spent to come here today. You can get to Jakarta. Start strategically working on that. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Be brave. Don't be a chicken. Approach these people. Use the skills. Use the knowledge. And I even say, fake it till you make it. I know it's hard recruiting sometimes, especially these people. Even our top leaders at the front, they've still got names on their list, which tells me you know that there's people you should have approached, but you haven't yet. Maybe too intimidating, too big. Maybe it's not the right timing. But everyone has people they can approach. Don't be a chicken. What you need to remember, everything I've talked about today is the strength of the Janess position. You need to remember the strength of the Janess position right now. We are good, we are strong, we are growing fast. We're adding more staff, we're opening more countries, we're adding more products in the youth enhancement system. And our sales are growing more and more. We're paying out more and more than we've ever paid in the compensation plan. Like I said earlier, if Janess isn't working for you right now for some reason, The only reason is because you're not working Jeunesse. Jeunesse is working. Other leaders are growing. Jeunesse overall, we're having the greatest sales in our history. We're creating more sapphires than we've ever made before. We're producing more leaders than we've ever made before. Jeunesse is working. Please work Jeunesse. Please work your chicken list. Now, show me your homework. Raise your cards. Let me see names. I want to see names on cards. We have names on cards? Good. You've got 3. I'm going to even read yours if you don't mind. Okay, 2 ladies, a guy. Okay. So, I wrote number 1 extra big because I want a commitment out of you. You are going to come off this event feeling more excited than you ever will, and then, it drops a little bit. Then we have the next event. You go, woo, woo, born again Genessian, drops a little bit. At the peak of our excitement is today and tomorrow. I want to ask you, will you at least, everyone in the room, will you at least speak to that number 1 person within the next 48 hours? Will you? The correct response in Malaysia is can. Will you speak to this number 1 person within the next 48 hours? Can. Okay. Then the next 2, I don't know what best time, but at least within the next week. Will you at least get through all 3 of those people, speak to them within the next week? Can. Good. That was a weak commitment, I think. Thank you, Wesley. I heard your can. I didn't hear too many. Will you at least speak to the number 1 person within the next 48 hours? Can. Thank you. That is what will stop you from being a chicken, and that is what will help you grow your business and really seize the power of the Jeunesse position today. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much, Chris Cooper.